I work as a software engineer, and I really love to be here and practice language with you guys. So today I will create, let's see, I think 3 rooms, it's enough for us to talk. I'm going to share the questions again, just in case someone lost all of those. Close this, okay. Just a minute, guys, creating the rooms. And deleting one. Yes. So guys, we're going to get back here to the main room 10 minutes or 5 minutes before the end. And I'm going to create the rooms right now, okay? See you guys in a minute. Okay. So if you are still seeing me, you are in the main room and we are going to talk here. I would like, Fernando, can you begin introducing yourself?
Yes, I'm from Minas Gerais. I eat pão de queijo at least twice a week. I have ate pão de queijo just before the meeting. And I'm a veterinarian. I'm 43 years old, and I live in a small city in the south of Minas Gerais.
Great.
It's a pleasure to talk to you again, Gustavo.
Yes, thank you. It's a pleasure. Michele, can you introduce yourself, please?
Hello, everyone. I'm Michelle, 40 years old. I'm a micro-entrepreneur, crocheter, and announcer. I'm studying UX design, and I'm here to enjoy and learn a little bit more day by day.
Great. How about you, Flavio?
Hi everyone, my name is Flavio and I'm living here in Fortaleza. I have been studying English from this January of this year, and yeah, I work with information technology too, like you, but my specialty is infrastructure analysis. I am responsible to maintain data centers and stuff like that. Yeah, for me, it's a great opportunity to stay here to share my experience and learn with you guys more about English. Yeah, this is it.
Oh, great. And Fabio Augusto.
Hi everyone, I'm Fábio. I'm living in a small town named Campo Limpo Paulista, São Paulo State. And I'm 42 years old. I have been on TNT about 1 year. And I have been learning English for two years and a half. I work in a metal company in my city, Inequalities department. And I'm very glad to be here with us to improve your English together. That's all.
Thank you. Luis Felipe, do you mind if I put you in another room because there are room which there is only 4 people? I can send you there, okay?
No problem.
Thank you, man. All right, guys, so let's start. I represent myself and I will read the first question. In your opinion, what will be the jobs of the future? So can you start, Flavio, please? You are already in the IT field, so just
yeah. I am suspected to give my opinion about this because as I said, I work with information and technology. Yes, it's a polemic term because I have friends and I have co-workers that share with me experiences in my job, you know. So in my opinion, in the future, I have other kinds of style of work, you know. For example, I saw some friends talking about the opportunities of job for the specifically segment like grocery stores, when the person, so many people lost their jobs, because the process to buy products, you know, in the work in the places like this, it was automated, and the functions of the necessities uh, of people to do this work is not more necessary in some places. But in my opinion, the technology don't how can I say, like technology does not take away work opportunity, you know. For me, in my opinion, technology require us to be better prepared for new job opportunities. Yes. So I think that in the future we stay have opportunity to work. Yes, to work. But what is decided, what will decided if we have opportunity or not have opportunity is it the fact we are or not are or aren't prepared to opportunity. Yeah, this is it.
Okay, yes, thank you. A lot. There are a lot of topics to talk about. That's why I enjoy, you know, this subject. Fernando, how about you?
I try not to be so pessimist about the future. It's not easy. And I think humanity has its contradictions. A lot of people starving, even here in Brazil at the moment with the crisis, economic crisis, pandemic, and we are sending people from the space. Recently, I think Elon Musk, the guy from Amazon, and the guy from Amazon went to the space, travel space, and they want to send people to Mars. I have nothing against that, but this, at the same time, besides that, I think there are a lot of people starving in the world, and the amount of food we produce each year is enough to feed them. But because the capitalism, I'm not communist, okay, but the capitalist has its contradictions, and I'm afraid about a lot of people will lose their jobs because the technology, because technology is not the problem. The point is what we do with technology, because the money rules the world, the power rules the world. And so the guys that has money and power, if they make money, they don't care if there are people starving or jobless. They don't care about that. That's I'm afraid about a lot of people. I think as I said previously, I try not to be pessimist, but I think in the future more jobless people will we will have more jobless people, I think.
Yeah, you know, I've been researching about this revolution, you know, like the first one, the second one, the third one. And during these revolutions, we always had this transition and people have to, you know, readapt their routines and their careers, you know, to adapt to the new industry, let's say like that. So I think the newest one has already started, and we have to from now on start developing people for these changes, you know. But I don't see in Brazil many schools, even public schools or private schools, can I say, teaching people already, you know, about these new careers. There are some people they believe this, oh, it's going to be in the future, like 200 years from now, so I don't have to care about this. And I think we should already be starting this, you know, this process. How about you, Michelle?
I have a line of thinking about it, and I think psychologists will be the job in the future, because we needed to understand our feelings. So the most important thing today for technology is user experience. All things and the companies start to work to find the way the users like, the users want. They are trying to follow this line, but at the same time you want to earn money. So now when I say we, I'm talking about the people around the world. Each one will need to decide if you will follow these companies that don't do exactly they say that they want to do, or if you will stay and I don't know how can I say parado, freezing, waiting a miracle happen to change these things. And I think psychology will be the job of the future, because the problem starts with each person. It's not the people on top of the pyramid. Everyone have the responsibility for this future. It's complex, and a lot of people don't know what is going on, and the structure in education should be changed. So for now, this is my answer. I wait
Okay.
till others and continue.
Okay, thank you, Michelle. And Fabio Augusto, how about you?
As I think we will have a lot of changes on the jobs. Some jobs is disappeared, yeah. But I think the technology is created a lot of jobs as well. It's a lot changed, not a extend, in my opinion.
Yes, I agree with you. And that's the reason, I tell people that everybody should, start learning how to learn, because we are going to pass through a process in which we are going to change the jobs so quickly. So a guy that in the past, it's common to see someone working like 15 years in the same company doing the same single stuff, but in the future, I don't think it's going to happen. I think jobs will change, like in a decade, a job will change, for example. I believe that.
I have been working at a company for 11 years, and a lot of things changed there about technology. And we tended the way to do certain things, but the work is there, the job is there, yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I think we will stop losing time with repetitive tasks, and we will use our time with more productive stuff. That's one of the changes. So guys, let's move to question number 2. Do you think that technology can make our jobs more safe in the future? Can you start, Michelle, please?
I think it's possible, because the machine can have the precision for the actions, the law, and I think we need this kind of things. Need to be safe, need to be not correct, because machine is not correct, but need to follow a line that offer equality for everyone. I know that the question is about the safe, but I think it's related for this situations too.
Yes, yes, thank you. And Flavio, what do you think?
Man,
Firstly, I think. Oh, sorry,
sorry,
I'm
sorry.
confused.
No,
Go
go ahead,
ahead.
go ahead,
Sorry.
go ahead,
No,
please.
no, no. Go ahead. Sorry,
Okay,
I
okay.
confused about the name.
No problem. Yeah, I don't think I don't think about this because I don't know. I don't understand the idea of safe. You know, because um, what's safe? And I don't know. And I don't know. I don't know explain the concept of safe because safe for me it's very relative. It depends of any others uh, subjects like competence, like um, future. Yeah, not necessarily about, not necessarily depends of technology, you know. So then, for me, I cannot have exactly answer to to answer this question. Sorry.
Yes, I think when I wrote this question, I was kind of thinking about, there are some dangerous tasks that we should do nowadays. For example, electrical tasks when a guy has to repair in a high tension, so it's really dangerous. There are thousands of jobs like that. Even in my career, I am a software engineer, so every single day in the same position, in a chair, writing code in the same day. So do you guys think this can be improved with technology in the future, or no? It will be the same.
No, I
That's
think I think that are so many different functions for when we talking about job. For example, we are safe when we stay here and working in a clear environment like a office, for example. But as the technology have evolution, there are so many other functions or jobs, dangerous jobs. For example, like do you imagine stop to think about who people that work on like I don't know I don't know how can I say usina nuclear, for example. You know, do you stop to think about this? So these places have so many technologies included, yes, inputted. I don't know how can I explain this, but in my opinion, uh, as more complex and as more evolution uh, have the job, is not necessarily safe. In my opinion, maybe it's more danger. You know.
yeah, yes, I got your point. Yes, sure. And Fernando, how about you?
Before to answer this question, I would like to talk a little bit more about what we were talking about previously, about the education. I think we, as a nation, as a country, Brazil is not prepared for this new revolution in technology because our education system is failed to give opportunity to the students. I see at home here with my stepson. I try to encourage him to learn language or stuff, and he wants just to play video games, or maybe he wants to be a YouTuber. maybe maybe he will be like Anderson Nunes or Felipe Neto. I don't know, and
Yeah.
make a lot of money. But I used to say to him, you need to have a plan B, you know. So study. But answer this question, yes, I think technology can make jobs safer when, for example, if you think in dangerous jobs and where we have to put our hands in the work. For example, a diver in Petrobras, for example, some divers, they need to dive in high profundity levels, and now we have robots and it's much safer. And or if you think, for example, wood makers, we can I think every time we can use a machine to, how to say, substituir,
To replace.
replace a guy, it's make the job safer, I think.
Yeah, especially if it's a really dangerous job. I agree with you.
Yes.
And Fabio Augusto, how about you?
Yeah, and inside the industry, technology have been made a lot of things to become a safety place to work. And for example, in the machines in the industry, because we have a lot of robots inside the industry, and the machine has a technology named the lights curtains, yeah. And if people are cross and the safety line, the robots stop immediately. And for sure, this kind of technology save a lot of lives. Yeah, and, I think in industry it's very important technology for safety human.
Yes, I have heard about some stories that people that lost their hand or their tooth, their feet because of that, right? Yes, really important. Okay, guys, let's move to the question number 3. Do you? Okay, go please.
I think the point Flavio was saying about the safe. We are talking about the robots, the technology will replace people, but I think that we always will have someone to control the technology. So we think that it will be safe, have a machine all the time, but maybe not, because the machine depends of us. And I don't know if he was talking about it, but I start to think it can be and cannot be, depend of us. How the people will understand the new technologies that are coming.
Yes, of course. There's always there can be some problem with the program that was developed to control the machine as well. But I think this problem is like reduced with artificial intelligence because the machine, has some rules to protect people. But of course, there is this point you talked about, Michelle. So, guys, I think the next question is really nice. I would like to hear your ideas about that. Do you think that there is a lack of digital talent or a talent gap, in Brazil? Do you guys see this? Can you start, Fernando, please?
I think it's not lack of talent. I don't think that. I read a book recently. How to say in English? I forgot the name of the book, even in Portuguese. Poder da perseverança, the power, something like that, the power of perseverance. In that book, the author says that this is a misconception to think that everyone has talent. It's more dedication and perseverance, and it's more important than talent. Okay, people usually think, oh, that guy plays guitar very well and has a talent. But actually, the point is, if you practice a lot with perseverance, it's more important than talent. And so in that answer this question, I think we have to offer the people the possibility to study, not just, oh, you are not able to do that. No, you have to teach them or give them the opportunity to try. That's important. I don't believe it. Of course, some people can have some inability. How to say inabilities, these capacities.
Yes,
Yes, but I think they are exception.
But do you know, talking, I got your point, but I think, do you think that there is a lack of people, working in
Oh,
this digital
I
environment?
misunderstood the question. Yes, that's a problem. I read in that in United States there are a lot of opportunities, jobs opportunities, but they don't find the people, because in Brazil there are lots of opportunities, jobs waiting for people with abilities, some skills that they don't find. Yes, so
Exactly.
looking at that point, I agree. That's a lack of these people, but that we can, how to say, find these people, but before we have to teach them.
Exactly. I agree. Both of the ideas you shared with us. The first one, to work in technology, you don't have to have like a miracle talent, And two, that there are a lack of people. I agree with you. And Michelle, how about you?
There is no people to start to work in technology. It's not prepared to work. I don't. I think it's not the correct, or maybe it's not correct word to say, but digital talent we have, but they are not practicing. So if people don't practice, how they can do something? Each company have a way to program, a way to work. So they needed to give opportunity, because we have a lot of people that know how to work on internet and some programs, but they don't know how to work to specific companies. That's the problem. And when I was reading some opportunities on LinkedIn, I can see a lot of people looking for a job, but the companies have a strange description as an offer for people. So they ask you for a lot of skills, but for example, the manager of the company never could have. Okay, it's a little bit stupid for me. Sorry, guys, but I think if I was speaking Portuguese, I was more polite, but in English, my vocabulary is limited. That's it.
Yeah, that's not why we can practice here, this word, because it's a totally different environment. But I agree with you, Michelle. Thank you. And Flavio, how about you?
My opinion, I agree with Michelle in about the line of thinking that she present for us, but I have questions about this question. For example, lack of digital talent on here in Brazil, or in the world, or specifically function like the IT, for example, or digital talent for all their functions. Okay.
Everything.
Yeah, in the beginning, I think that the question is specifically about technology, but answer in this way about technology, yes, I think that is a gap, a great gap of professionals, and maybe, yeah, in a few years, in the next few years, maybe we have like a critical point of eu não sei falar escassez de mão de obra. Scarcity of work professionals in the market. Yeah, this is my opinion about IT. About the world, we have opportunity and we have talent, but my opinion, it's the same the beginning of this meeting. I realized that there are so many people that don't have don't follow the evolution and don't worried about have a curriculum updated and skill updated and maintain your skill updated their skill updated. And when the opportunity happened out of the blue, unfortunately the most people don't have prepared, so the gap is it is not gap of like like falta de pessoas, e sim de preparo de pessoas, de people prepare. I don't know how can I say people prepare. I don't know if it's correct. Yes,
I agree with you. Prepare people, people trained, to do the tests.
yeah.
Yes.
Let me compliment 1 minute, okay? Some friends ask me the question like this: Flavio, how do you see you in the future in your professional? Because you work with information technology, IT technology, and you see yourself in your 16 years old working with information technology, and I answer, yes, I see, or I saw, I don't know.
I see because in present, yeah.
Present, yes, I see, because my generation is the first generation of my professional, and the evolution maybe have opportunities in the give to us opportunities, different opportunities, and the end of the reasons that I see myself in the future working productive, like a people productive, is the lack of specialities, people to execute, to do, to make specifically that have specific skills to do something. This is it.
Yes, I got. Yes, I agree. Fabio Augusto, how about you?
Yes, I do. I think there is a lack of digital talent for sure, but I don't think so that is a talent gap. Usually, Brazilian people is very smart people, in my opinion. He has a facility to learn very quickly the things. I think it's about lack of opportunities to people learn more about it and more information, and the people should be aware the which point we are in this moment, because technology, it's a fact, right? It's a fact, and every kind of job is need to technology and people that's how to know work there. It's my opinion.
Yes,
Cat.
I agree with Flavio. Brazilians, we live with a salary minimum wage. We sell our lunch to eat our dinner. The Brazilian guys are smart, very smart.
Exactly. I agree with you guys, and I think I have seen this quite often in LinkedIn, because I'm working with software engineering, and there are a lot of jobs in this field, nowadays. But I have, at the same time, I have a lot of friends, unemployed and for other fields, and I have friends in the same field that I am, that are learning. They are beginning in this career, and they say, oh, I don't have the experience they require, like Michelle said. A lot of things they ask the candidates, and I don't know how to start, because there are a lot of things to study. How can I start? So at the same time, you have a lot of jobs. The companies need to employ people, and there are a lot of people wanting to get this position, but they don't have the opportunity. So it's a problem that we have to work on from top to bottom. But also, as Michelle said, we have to work in this as well, because we have our responsibility. We cannot expect the government to change this, because it will take a long time. Okay, moving on. The next question is it's a polemic question. Do you think technology can help us to reduce or to increase inequalities, guys? I would like to ask before Fabio Augusto.
No, I'm sorry, I'm freezing. And do you think technology can help reduce or increase? I don't know. It's a catch 22. Yeah, it's a hard question, because it depends the attitude of the population. Can increase, but can reduce as well. I don't know how can I answer this question. I skip.
Okay.
I will try.
Okay.
For now, we will increase, because offline is not connected with online. That's the problem. And the idealization of technology was made for, I'm not trying to talk about race, but it was idealized for white people. Black people is not connected to it. There is racism on the internet, not only people shouting each other, but the mechanisms don't recognize Black people, sometimes recognize it as a bad person. So we have a lot of problems offline. We have a lot of people, Black people, in prison, and we needed to change the politics, a lot of things offline, because this problem will be connected online. I think now it's increasing, and I hope in the future reduce.
Exactly. I have the same feeling that you, Michelle. I've been I've studied a lot of times in this field, and mainly in my rooms, in the school, in the university, tech courses. The most of the people, they were white people, and there were many male people. It's really rare. It was really rare to find girls in the rooms. So I think it needs to change. As Michelle said, we had to work on this, and I hope in the future we can reduce, because at the other hand, at the other side, uh, technology don't requires a lot of tools, to work on. For example, if you have access to a computer, okay, you can work on that. For example, it's different in the past when someone tried to, I don't know, guys, I try to compare here, but if someone wants to become a lawyer or a doctor, I think it was really really difficult career for someone like a poor kid, to try to get in these fields. But in technology, no, it's not impossible. The barrier to get in technology is not so huge, I guess. And how about you, Flavio?
I feel a few weeks ago I did a class, a conversation with an American friend, and she coincidentally she asked me the same question, like yes, similar questions about not about inequalities, but about socialized. But I think that my answer is the same answer for this question. For example, in the beginning, she asked my point of view, and I answered her that technology is not interesting because as my son get my son as example. My son, it was very introspective in this pandemic, but because his friends, it's only virtual friends, you know. I realized about this and give to her this example, and then he give me again other example. Imagine a situation, Flavio, when we are so many child, and poor child, poor kids that haven't access to technology, but in this pandemic, it was is it on without opportunity to go out and play outside of his homes. And what do you think if this poor kids have a place that give to they the opportunity to socialize with other kids, other child? What do you think about this? Then for me, it's sufficient and it's enough to change my opinion about this. And now answer this question, I think that technology help us a lot to reduce the inequalities between human people. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And Fernando, how about you?
I think the answer to this question depends on what we do with technology. I think the both are correct. Increase inequality and decrease inequality. It depends on what we do with technology. And I agree with Michele. There was technology programmers. They think, oh no, artificial intelligence has no feeling. But who make the program? As we see in the social media, and I watched a documentary on, I think, Netflix about the social media, social Facebook, or YouTube, and that's Instagram.
Yeah.
And have you heard about this documentary? I forgot the name.
The social dilemma.
Yes,
dilemma
yes, social dilemma. That's correct. And that documentary, they said the programmers, they actually they didn't want to do that bad things we are happen nowadays, but they did. And so the technology can make inequality bigger or not. Depends on, and in the end depends of the power, money, politicians. It's not in our hands, I think.
Oh yeah, thank you. So guys, I brought everybody back to for us to discuss and to understand how was the conversation in the other rooms. I'm really curious to hear about that. Let's see, I'm gonna ask some people. Emanuele, it was your first time. What did you think about it? Did you enjoy?
I really enjoy a lot. I think it was amazing experience, and I want to be part of the TNT more times.
Oh, that's really nice to hear. Thank you a lot. And okay, I'm gonna ask Luana Catherine. It's a long time I talked to you. So Luana, are you afraid of robots?
Not afraid, but worried. We have discussed about this in your room because in future some people in my room can get afraid about, but the most of persons in my room was is worried because the program, because the feelings they robots, the things can happen with robots, because the virus,
The hackers?
Yes, the hackers, the virus, some things. But I think that says more about women because women need program on this and uh, women will hacker and get virus. I don't know, but the women will put virus in this, because this
Yes.
we worried about.
Yes, it happened this year. I think Fleury and BRF Foods, they have been hacked and their system was completely, isolated because of that. So it's going to be a challenge for the companies as well. And I'm gonna ask you another question. Let's see. Leandra, would you like to have robots to help you in your home, to help doing the tasks, the repetitive tasks you have?
How I will love because I hate housework is so terrible. I really hate. I want to marry with someone who like to do these things, and because I hate housework, I make every work, but please don't give me clothes to do the laundry, the things. Yeah, is that.
Okay. I got your point. I would love, guys. I would love to have robots, to do those things. And in fact, I have some tools, some gadgets we call, right, to help me to Alexa, that kind of things. I like that.
Let's
Okay,
remember.
Huh? What?
Let's remember the move. The bicentenary one. The bicentenary. I forgot the name em inglês. I don't know, but aquele homem que tinha 100 anos, que viveu 100 anos e ajudou a fazer o trabalho. Me lembro esse filme.
I don't got what's the movie, but I love Futurama, and it's a cartoon, it talks a lot about the future, and I'm really addicted to it.
The name of the movie is The Bicentenary Man.
Yes, yes. This is.
Thank you, guys.
The men do these works for the family, and before they marry with the children, they work, and yeah, the movie is great. I like the movie.
I'm going to take a look. Thank you. Thank you for the suggestion. I'm gonna ask Andel Miller. Andel, do you think that the robots can put an end or eradicate the forced labor or the slavery in the world?
Yeah, we discussed a lot, that question. I think, of course, that technology can help us with the things, However, I think we can kind of link the technology and the education, because I think that point, that situation is based on the lack of education sometimes. So, if you have the access to technology, but you don't have to education to deal with, it's a problem. And the people that have more education can slave you because we don't know that what's going on. So yeah, of course the technology can help us a lot.
Yes, we talked a lot. We discussed about this topic and also about the inequalities, if technology can help to reduce or if it's going to increase, And I think it's a really difficult question to answer. We're going to see in the future what's going to happen, okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks. Congrats for the subject. Very good. Very good.
Thank you a lot. So guys, I think we are running out of time. It was a really nice conversation. The time passed so fast when we are talking here. So I would like to thank you all. Next week, we don't have a meeting because we are in vacations, a small vacation, for the host. So if you want to support the project and if you want to still have access to these meetings, you can visit the WhatsApp group. It's a paid group to support the Iaprendi, the company, and take a look on the Iaprendi website, and you can pay and you can have access to some meetings during the next week. But in the other week, I think the first week of August, we'll be back. Okay, guys. See you guys in a couple of days. See ya. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye-bye. Have a great weekend. And cheers from my cat, Jon Snow, my cat.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.